My name's Peter Gibson. I'm a respiratory specialist at John Hunter Hospital, and in my role I see patients with respiratory problems such as asthma. I'm also a clinical researcher, and I'm based at the Hunter Medical Research Institute in Newcastle, and in that role I'm involved with conducting clinical studies understanding the mechanisms of asthma.
My name's Phil Hansbro, and I'm a Professor of Immunology and Microbiology at the University of Newcastle, and I'm a respiratory researcher with a specific focus on asthma. My research involves experimental studies that aim to discover new factors that are important in diseases like asthma and to develop new targeted therapies against those factors in order to develop new treatments for people with asthma.
This study is testing whether an available vaccine is effective as a preventive treatment in asthma. So the vaccine is used to prevent against serious bacterial infections, and what we're doing in this study is repurposing that vaccine as a treatment for people with asthma.
Why we think this vaccine works is because the bacteria that it mimics induces anti-inflammatory responses in order to cause an infection. So we think we can harness that anti-inflammatory response that's induced by the vaccine as a new treatment for asthma.
An ongoing problem for people with asthma and for doctors who treat patients with asthma is that people still have asthma attacks and lots of symptoms despite effective controller treatment. So there's a need to find additional treatments that are effective in asthma. The long-term goal is to have a new type of treatment that's available for people with asthma, and that if successful, that treatment will offer prevention. In this particular study, we're trying to prove the principle that this particular vaccine is effective.
So we've received a Asthma Australia funding for this project, and what this enables us to do is to test for the first time the ability of this vaccine as a treatment in asthma. And so this funds the people to do the work, it funds us to purchase the vaccines, and it funds us to do the analysis of the effects of the vaccine on people with asthma.
So I want to thank Asthma Australia for this research on behalf of the patients who will participate in the trial, but also our research teams who are employed to study the effects of this treatment and hopefully give us new observations and new insight into the mechanisms of asthma.
And we'd also like to thank Asthma Australia for this funding, because this has the potential to really benefit people with asthma and the community as a whole. As we all know, asthma is a very important disease in Australia, and this has the potential to be a new treatment, which would not be possible without funding from Asthma Australia.